So we are recording, and I'm on, and Dara is on as well. Hi, Dara.
Hello, guys.
So hopefully Sam's good tonight. I'm on my own again. This is why we're moving, so I'm not a single mom all the time. But hopefully he's in a better mood tonight. But so I had mentioned, I guess, on a call last week, and I know I've mentioned it in some of my live videos on our team page, just talking about my success partner. And so I had a lot of people asking, what is a success partner? Like, how do you find one? What are you doing with them? So I just wanted to kind of give everyone the basics of, what a success partner is, and also success pods, and just kind of what it's done for me and how my relationship with my success partners has progressed too, as I've progressed in my business. Because I think that's important to know as well. So I have very, very minimal slides, but I do just have a couple. So before we get started, two of the upcoming events. So February 1st, Team Cup starts. It's the whole month of February, teams of 5. I know we talked about it last call as well. You can have 1 diamond per team, and it's just a great way, it kind of goes well with this call, to brainstorm and really get working with another group of coaches towards, one similar goal. So I haven't put my team together yet, but I'm going to be posting in my team page. I know people have been posting on Dara's team page asking, who has teams. So, start posting, start finding your teams. It's just a really fun way to propel your business in February and get excited and get some new ideas. And then February 6th is going to be the 30-day new coach training will be starting. So there'll be more information about that on our team pages, but I just wanted to put that out there. So it will be a Facebook group training. I know Dara's been doing hers in a Facebook group. You kind of do the self-paced training. So we're going to try something a little different this month and see how it goes with us kind of posting daily and having some assignments. So those are just kind of the upcoming team events. So what is a success partner? So when I went to find my first success partner, you want them to be at a similar point in their business, and you want them to have similar business goals to yours. So when I started, I think both my success partner and I were Emerald coaches. We both knew we wanted to quit our full-time jobs, and we both knew we wanted to do that in order to start a family. So, we both were 100% in this business. We were ready to push because we wanted to leave those jobs. So make sure when you're thinking about, I guess I should back up. A success partner is just someone that you kind of pair with who is going to help you push your business, right? It's someone that you can brainstorm with. So again, that's why you kind of want them at a similar point in your business so that you guys are having some of the same struggles. You're going to have some of the same goals to move your business forward. And then that's also where the similar business goals come into play. You don't want someone who's trying to quit their full-time job if your goal is just to make $100 extra a month, right? That's not going to work. So you want those similar business goals. I think people ask, where do I find success partners? They don't need to be on your team. So for me, I talked to Dara and I said, I want a success partner. And Dara actually reached out to her success partner, and they said, hey, I think you guys would be a good fit. You guys have similar goals. My goodness.
Hey, Holly, will you start recording?
Yeah, we're recording.
Oh,
I think we should be recording.
okay.
Yeah. Let me just make sure.
Oh, you are.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, we're good. So, again, this person does not need to be on your team. Ashley is my success partner. She is not on Dara's team, but she is on the team of Dara's success partner. And so that's how I found her. And I love that because we've been through different trainings. We have, we've seen different things. We have different experiences. I've been through Dara's trainings, and, I see the things that Dara's posted and how she's trained us, and Ashley sees the things that Megan's posted and how she's trained, and they have different approaches. And so I think that's really good to be able to compare and contrast and get new ideas from someone. Can they be on your team? Of course they can. And, there's positives to that as well, but don't, just feel like you have to look within your own team. You can have more than one success partner. So I think people, you get kind of paired up with a success partner, or, someone says, oh, I think this person may be a good match, or you find someone. It's kind of like going on a blind date. They may be a good match, or they may not. And that's okay, right? So try one out, try a couple out. I started with Ashley, and we really hit it off for a while. And then she has a 9-month-old. And so when she had her baby, I was pregnant. But I just didn't get the whole new mom thing. I didn't really, we'd set call times, and she's like, oh, I can't make it. Things are crazy. And, I'd be like, okay, that's fine. But then we wouldn't reschedule, and I was just like, all right, whatever. So we kind of drifted apart some. And I found another success partner we were both shooting for 5-star. She once again was not on my team. I found her in one of the Bombshell groups. And she had just posted that she was looking for a success partner. So, feel free to also look in those groups. But now we connected, we both pushed really hard for 5-star and elite together. And then I had Sam. And she didn't have kids. And once again, I reconnected with Ashley. Sam! Because she got it, right? We reconnected, we understood that, Sam, that you might have a crying baby on a call, right? That's just part of being a mom. And she got that. And my other success partner didn't as much, just like I didn't before. So, going back and forth in the seasons of your business too, right? Maybe it's not about having kids, but just in some seasons you're pushing more, and in some seasons you're pushing less, right? And that's okay. So you want to, don't feel like you just are married to one success partner. And then again, they can change as your business progresses. So, one of the other success partners that I had talked to in the very, very beginning of my business, she eventually decided, you know what, I'm just going to be a hobby coach. And so that didn't work for me, because I wasn't just a hobby coach. And again, that was okay. So both of us kind of found different success partners where, once again, our goals matched. So, I think it's important not to feel married to your success partner. It's important to know you can have more than one success partner. No one is going to be mad at you. It's not like you're cheating on anyone if you have more than one. I think sometimes people get one and then their business changes and then they feel bad. Oh, well, this isn't quite working for me. Don't feel bad. It's normal and it's good. And I think to go along with that, is success pods. So I hadn't really heard about this, but Dara was kind of telling me about this. It's a few other people, again, at similar points in the business, similar business goals, don't need to be on your team. But the nice thing, I think, with success pods is that it's not just one person, right? So it's not, sometimes just being one-on-one can be really intimate, and it can be that kind of blind date feeling. But if you have success pods, you're more likely to, there's going to be someone in there that's pushing in the season that you're pushing, that, is going through some of the struggles you're going through. So I like the idea of having success pods. For me, with my success partners, we've always done Zoom calls, and that's works for me. With success pods, I was talking to some other people who do the success pods. They actually do Facebook group chats. And then they can kind of go off one-on-one and do Zoom calls if they want to. But I think So it's interesting. So with One Success Partner, like Ashley and I talk every week. We did not talk every week in the beginning. We talked maybe like every other week or once a month. But it was a very like sit down, like business type call. And I think maybe with Success Pods, it can be a little more casual because it's really easy to just like type a question to a group. So Dara, do you have anything else to add about kind of Success Pods?
I think just what I like about them is you kind of can get to know a few people. And then if you maybe connect with one person more than the other, then you can maybe, you two might form that closer bond and get on the phone more often. And I just like there's a little less pressure in a Success Pod to begin with. So I think it's kind of a cool place to begin. And again, you're just getting more ideas. And I know one of the most popular Success Pods, or most successful, I guess you would say, is Bonnie Engel, the number 2 coach in the company, is in a Success Pod with Nikki Johnson, top 50, Morgan Rieger, top 50, and Laura Mendenhall, and Becca Robinson, top 50. So they've just, I think, again, there's a few of them that might be closer here and there, but they've always just have, I think they have a group chat and they Zoom, and it just seems like, again, it just works really well for them. So yeah, and I think just agreeing with what Holly said, you might team up with a certain group of coaches to do this one training, and then you might never work with those coaches again, or, it doesn't have to just, get creative. If someone's also doing a free clean eating group, maybe you just pair with them, and that might help if you work well together, or if you even like each other.
Yeah.
So I think that's what I like about Success Pods.
Yeah, I agree. Totally. So we've kind of talked about this, but why are you having Success Partners or Success Pods? For me, we set goals together. So, that's one of the first conversations, what are your goals, short-term and long-term? So every Monday when Ashley and I talk, we go over our weekly goals, our monthly goals, and then, how that fits into our quarterly and yearly goals. So, I think it's important to say, not just, find someone and say, oh, I want to be a 5-star coach. Well, how do you break that down? And how each week are you holding one another accountable? And that's what I love too. The other week, Ashley and I were talking about some of our goals, and I called her out, and I was like, well, you need to be recruiting more. And then the next week she called me out, and she was like, well, then you need to run another challenge group, right? So it's kind of like this check, like, well, you say this is your goal, but you need to be taking these different actions if that really is your goal. And I love that. So we definitely push one another to be better. And again, it depends on your personality too, how you use your Success Partner. This is, for me, as someone who is, competitive and really driven, and I want to go to the top. I want to take this team to the top. And Ashley has that same goal. So that's why, our group is really, our Success Partnership is really to push one another. For other people, you may not want to be pushing your team to the top, but you may be more in it as a challenge group coach or a hobby coach, or someone who is in it, every month, to have 10 challengers say, I lost 10 pounds, and you want to run the best challenge group you possibly can. And so maybe on your calls, you guys are talking about the ways to improve your challenge groups, right? So again, that's why it's important to know what your goal is with your Success Partner and what you want for your business, and have those similar goals. And then, learn from a different business approach, different business perspective. Ashley runs different sneak peeks than I do. Ashley does different new coach trainings than I do. So, it's good for us both to be able to bring something different to the table, compare and contrast it, see what's working, what's not, and then kind of combine, to try to make our teams better. So, I think, again, one of the most important things with finding a Success Partner is really defining what you want out of it. So for me, I want someone to push me. I want someone to, make me go outside of my comfort zone. But that may not be what you want. So having that clear definition, I think, is really, really important. And what they are not. So I have seen a lot of coaches fall into this trap. And in the beginning, I did too. So they're not a place to complain. So yes, you know what? Sometimes you just need to like vent and be like, oh my gosh, this month has been really hard. Like, why is this so slow? You know, and that's okay. But you need to say that, and then you've got to move on, because you can spend an entire hour being like, Beachbody isn't doing this for me, or they're not doing this, or they're not doing this. You know, that's not what it's about. It's about saying, this has been a really hard month. Yes. What can we do to make sure we still hit our goals? And then also be careful that you don't become success partners with like one of your good friends. Because you can end up just chatting the whole hour, right? You can kind of complain about a few things. You can talk about your kids. You can, just totally get off track. And it's great to be friends with the coaches on your team or other coaches, but just be careful, because I found myself in the beginning wasting a lot of time just like talking about general things. So Ashley and I, we maybe spend like 5 minutes. Like I ask her, how's your daughter? Like, how's London? What's going on? But that's just a quick in the beginning. How's life going? Which also, you want to know how their life's going. It also sets the tone for, what's going on in your business, right? Like if she's getting ready to go on vacation or something, her goals are going to be different the next week. So, but just be careful that you're not complaining the whole time or just using it to chat. You really want to go in with a plan. And so that is one thing that Ashley and I have also really changed about our calls is once every Monday when we get off our call, we have action items for the next week. So right now we're working on developing a new training. And so our action item, this whole last Monday we spent talking about what we want the training to look like. And then we're both bulleting the training day by day, and we're sending that to each other tonight so that we can then split up the bullets so that when we meet next Monday, we have like the training pretty much done. So again, at the end of every meeting, we have an actionable item that we need to do. And if you're not creating trainings or something like that, that's fine. Maybe your actionable item is selling 3 challenge packs, right? Or something like that. Maybe it's a post you're going to do. If you are scared to do an income post or a post about coaching, so it can be things like that. Like, all right, I'm going to push myself outside my comfort zone and run my first sneak peek by myself. So again, don't complain. Don't worry that they need to be your best friend. I think it's better sometimes if they're not, because it keeps kind of that business tone to it. So if you're interested in finding a success partner or pod, I'll post the recording of this call. And I think, post beneath the recording your name, what rank you are, kind of what your goals are, and then a little bit about yourself. And we could kind of use this as a way to connect one another. You don't always need to reach out to me or to Dara. You can post on the team page and be like, hey, listen, I'm looking for a success partner. And this is what's going on in my life, and here are my goals, and just see who responds. There's the Bombshell groups online. Those are great places. People are always posting in there. I know Danielle, a coach on my team, she just joined a social media training group, and she just posted in there that she was interested in finding a success partner. And she knew that person had similar goals because they had also paid for the training, right? And they're both working towards growing their like pages. And so that success partnership will really revolve around growing their like pages and the goals there. So, sometimes finding specific groups on Facebook can really, that helps you as well.
Hey, Molly.
Yes.
There's also a Success Partners Seekers, like actual Facebook group for Beachbody coaches only. So it's like all the people in the group are looking for Success Club partners.
Awesome. And that's just a Facebook group? It's called?
Yeah, it's just a Facebook group. It's called Success Partners Seekers. It's Beachbody coaches only.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you.
Yep.
So that's, and I do think sometimes going to groups like that where you don't know the people is good and kind of better than your you can find great people on your team as well, but I think sometimes reaching outside your team is good. I'm very thankful to have Ashley as a partner where we don't see the same trainings, you know, where we've got different resources to kind of bring together. So that was hopefully helpful to you guys. What questions do you, and hopefully you could hear over this. Okay, good. What questions do you guys have about success? And Dara, do you have anything you want to add as well?
I think what I want to add is, I don't talk about success partners a ton because my experience, I felt really overwhelmed at the beginning with the business. And so like the thought of like having a, one-on-one call with someone else, and like it felt like a responsibility to me, it was like, I don't even know what I'm doing in my business. Like I can't support anyone in theirs, so don't feel pressure to get a success partner. That being said, if you feel isolated in this business, if you feel yourself getting stagnant because there's nobody around asking you how you're doing and what your goals are, then you should highly consider finding a success partner. So again, I think I'm very like some teams like push success partners big time. And I've just never been like that, again, just because, again, with my experience, I felt so overwhelmed at the beginning. But like I said, even now it's like, I'm feeling like I need to ramp it up with like my success partner because I'm getting a little stagnant. And so it's so good for that. It's so good to talk to someone, like Holly said, not complain, but talk to someone who understands the business. Our poor husbands, they try, but it's just never going to be the same. Right. So, and don't be discouraged if like, again, like Holly said, like you start out and maybe you have a few calls and then it just peters out for whatever reason. Like, don't be discouraged. Keep looking. If it's something you really want, keep asking me, like I would, if that's something you think is going to make a difference in your business, of course we want to help you do that and, hook you up and connect you with the right person. But don't be discouraged if it hasn't worked out yet. So I think that's all I would really add. Great call, Holly.
Yeah,
and Sam was fine with everything.
Good. Yeah. I mean, I totally agree that don't put the pressure on yourself to get one. Like this isn't something you have to do. It's more of a, if you feel you kind of want that person to brainstorm with, or, need some extra support or something. But yeah, this is not something that like, oh, week one as a coach, I need to go get a success partner. Yeah, no. I've been getting a lot of questions because I think I mentioned it on a couple calls. So.
No, it's a great topic and I should talk about it more. That's a failure as a leader. If I didn't do something or didn't like something, I just don't talk about it at all.
Do you guys have any questions about success partners or kind of anything coming up in general?
I definitely feel overwhelmed, like Dara was saying, but I also feel like I need somebody who can keep me accountable. So I get the overwhelmed part, but I also think it like works like both ways because you need somebody to help you stay accountable because like it's so easy to get caught up with your kids and everything else.
Exactly. Yeah. We'll find you someone. Definitely, Melissa. Definitely.
And that being said, it may not be a weekly phone call. It may be a monthly phone call, or it may just be you talk to each other in Messenger, that's a little less time consuming than a phone call. So, being open to the different forms a success partnership might take on doesn't have to be as time consuming or as such a big commitment as I always felt like it would be.
Yeah, I totally agree. And I literally did not start doing weekly phone calls until about like 4 weeks ago, like the beginning of the year. I mean, we pretty much were like, because we both, again, it comes down to your goals and what you want out of it. Like we needed to push each other every single week. And so we both wanted that. So in the beginning of the new year, we set that goal. But I've been doing the business over 2 years before I started doing weekly success partner calls. So yeah, don't feel like you need to do weekly or even calls. If getting on Messenger is easier, do that. All right. Thank you guys. I hope that was helpful. And it's Tuesday, so I hope you guys have a good week.
Yeah.
It's only Tuesday. What the?
I
See you later.
It's only Tuesday. My husband's not home till Friday. David's not home till Friday. So I'm like,
Oh, Holly. Good
I know.
God.
I've only got one. I've only got one. It's like I keep telling myself, and I like look at like, other people. I'm like, I only got one. I can't complain, but
No.
yeah, it's been a little crazy. We've got the realtor coming and staging people coming and the landscaper coming. I'm like, a million things happening. So just make it through one day at a time. We're all busy.
Yeah, Holly, you should probably announce on my team page what's happening in your life.
Yes,
I haven't told anyone, without your permission.
Okay.
So
Well, yeah. So I can announce it here, but I will also announce it on the team page. We are moving to France, which is a little crazy. We're moving back to the East Coast for 6 to 8 weeks while we kind of have everything move over to France for my husband's job. It's not a permanent thing. It's very temporary. And we'll really be traveling. Shell's just falling out of his seat.
no big deal.
We'll be traveling back and forth a lot between the East Coast and France. So, who are those people?
Hi, Sam.
Oh, Sam.
So we'll see how it all works out. But yeah, we will be moving to France, still trying to find a definitive timeline. But it looks like mid-March is when we'll be moving to the East Coast. So we'll see. I will keep everyone updated. I know, life is just hard.
Oh, you won't be moving to the East Coast till mid-March?
Yeah, I think not to the East Coast till
Okay.
mid-March because we want to stay in our house as long as possible. I want to stay in our house as long as possible. So depending on, we've got, like the state, so California real estate market is so weird. The realtor pays for staging of the house. And so we've got it's just crazy. So we've got stagers coming and once we figure that out, we'll know when we're listing it. But normally you list on a Thursday and then do one open house and it sells by the next Tuesday. You kind of do bidding wars until Tuesday. So once, and then it's 30 days later. So we're thinking we'll have everything placed on the market by mid-February, 30 days later, mid-March, move to the East Coast, and then 6 to 8 weeks. So yeah, so it's gonna be crazy, but it's nice that we can fly to Punta Cana for the Success Club trip from the East Coast. That's much easier than from France or from California. So yay, we're looking forward to that. But yeah, so it's still, and again, we're waiting to hear exactly how long it'll take for them to ship everything. So I will definitely keep everyone informed.
Thanks for pulling this call together, Holly.
Yes, no, thank you guys for tuning in, and everyone have a good night.
All right, bye guys.
Bye.
Bye.